Hi, hello to everyone. Good day to all of you. I'm very glad to be here today. And I want to thank actually our partners, our friends, and our technology provider Dataiku for this opportunity. My name is Ekaterina Milan. I'm representing today here SLB, the company I'm working for. I started as a data scientist, and now I'm more in a customer-facing position, helping our customers to integrate and to apply AI in their daily jobs. And today we will be speaking about scaling smart and how SLB is redefining work with Agentic AI. So AI is today like everywhere. You cannot miss it. It's in all pages, and it's actually not anymore reserved to data scientists or some fancy labs or some fancy technologies, but it's actually really integrated into the daily life of each of us. And I would like to show this little example. So a few weeks ago, I was traveling to the place I've never been before, to the beautiful Rio de Janeiro for work. And I have had like half a day there to spend on my own. And I was absolutely not ready to any touristic activities. So I opened my phone with my kind of chat assistant, and I asked, what should I do in Rio, like in a half a day? And it said me, oh, you can visit this. Do you want me to schedule a plan? Do you want me to plan all your Uber trips and to estimate costs? Do you want to taste some local food? You can go here and there. And I was saying like, yes. And at some point it was saying, oh, you also have 3 kids, this year old. So do you want me to pick up some souvenirs for them? And I was like, at this moment, I was like, okay, this goes quite far. I mean, this is not like system where myself, I'm telling to the system what to do, but actually system tells me like what I'm supposed to do next, what do I want to do next. It's not me driving the system, but it's actually a system that works with me as a teammate, as a co-worker. And this is what Agentic AI makes possible. It becomes not the system that we are telling what to do anymore, but the intelligent system that learns from the context, learns from the data that is available to this, and actually dynamically plan what we can do as a next action, and sometimes even execute those actions. So this is the fundamental shift that Agentic AI makes available to us, and I will be showing now a few examples of how SLB is actually integrate this shift into the energy industry. So what is SLB? SLB, it's we will be celebrating 100 years anniversary next year. So it's a 100-year company with thousands of employees all around the world providing technology and services to energy companies. And today, even though if energy is like everywhere, everything is powered by energy, your phone, the mic, the tube, the hospital, like energy is everywhere, it is still one of the most challenging periods for energy industry. And the reason is because the expectations are very high and the stakes are very high as well. So we need to provide the most affordable energy to all with the very low environmental impact. We want to reduce our carbon footprint. We want to make it more renewable. We want to make sure that it's safe to everyone, to people who work for this industry and for all the communities around. And we want to make sure that we are resilient to all the changes like pandemics, geopolitics, any sort of changes. So meeting those expectations, it's not easy, but at the same time, this is something that actually drives innovation in this industry. And at SLB, we believe that AI is the cornerstone to move this and push this innovation forward. But when it comes to apply AI on practice, it is actually not a simple process. It's quite complex because, as I said, it's a 100 years industry. So we have like decades of data accumulated from different providers, from different sources, in different formats. We have like all these decades of AI that we tried to apply it already with multiple prototypes flying around, some models in different stage of maturities. So it's not a surprise that at the end of the day, still 60% of time that people spending on AI, they are not actually doing AI, they are just digging into the data, balancing this data, cleaning it up, making sure that it works for them, and then very, very narrow amount of AI models, they're actually really scaled, and they actually bring in value to our customers and to our operations. One of the reasons for this is that when people think about AI, they think about, okay, I have my problem. Let's say, for example, I have a plant with my electrical pumps or any equipment running there. And so I have this problem. I want to detect my failure in proactive way. So I will apply AI. I will build a little, let's say, pattern detection or like some time series prediction model to have my failures prediction proactively. And then I will get the value. But in reality, it takes much more. It's not a linear process. It's actually building blocks that accumulates together. So first you have to understand what is your business challenge. What does it mean, failure for your business? Which one is really critical to be treated at first? So then you need to understand, okay, I do have my electrical pumps, but what is the data that's available to me? It's real-time sensors from which providers, which format. Do I have a historical records? Maybe I have like handwritten reports, maintenance reports. Maybe I have some instructions to those pumps. How do I combine all this data together? Then I need to understand who, where, and how will be building AI with all of this. Do I build like a Python script? Who will be able to access this Python script? Which model we will be using? Like, for example, if my model performed 99% accuracy, can I allow this 1% accuracy, non-accuracy to my business or not? What does it mean to my business? And then who will be actually my subject matter expert who will be like feeding back into the loop of validating this model. And then obviously putting it in operations, where it will be sitting, who will be consuming, and how it will be consuming. It will be an app, it will be a chatbot, it will be what? Who will be building trust into this model. And this is where Dataiku comes to the picture, because Dataiku, as an universal platform, it actually enables us to build all this, to put all these building blocks into one single place. So connect your data sources, and we saw it very well in the demo. Connect your data sources, build your models, put into the operations. And one of the main pieces to me in Dataiku platform is that actually it helps us to democratize AI, so make it available to those who build, to those who validate, to those who consume models. And when we talk about democratization, and I believe this is the cornerstone of the any scaling AI initiatives, what we have performed at SLB, we started this journey, AI democratization journey, back to 2019. And we did it in multiple kind of levels. So we started with a small group of people, and we went through all like ups and downs, building first prototypes, failing, and then building another systems, and then building at scale, and so on, and now applying new technologies like generative AI and Agentic AI. But I think that the key to kind of making it happen was that we intentively trained our people at 3 different layers. So first, we have this like a massive upskilling program. We launched to all the people who were concerned to actually go through certification process and just became familiar, okay, what is it, how does it look, how does it work? Second layer, it was what we called Petrotechnical Experts 2.0. So it's a little bit more in depth beyond the certification. It's some specific models here and there. For some people, learning Python, for some people learning some front-end experiences. So it's kind of a little bit more in depth. And then the third, like the most in-depth level, so we selected, it's around 100 of people of very senior technology experts who were trained who were not novice into the AI. They already passed through some little bit of experience, and they were trained through the year into the become what we are called domain data scientists. So having this combination of domain plus data science, true data science experience. And this is how now we can actually scale up, innovate fast, because those people, they are able first to pick up on the latest and greatest technologies, to implement them, and then therefore spread these models to the people who understand how does it work, what it brings, and what is under the hood. And one number that we are actually very, very proud of is that the half of all the people trained, even a little bit more than a half of people that we trained across SLB, they are not coders by background. They are really domain experts. They became, at some point, more or less AI experts or data scientists. So now I will show you one example of how agentic AI can actually transform the way of doing workflows today with an example of CO2 storage. So CO2 storage, it's one of the very important pieces of all the initiatives that we are taking for CO2 reduction. And we have a lot of operations here in the North Sea with our customers in Northern Europe. So it sounds very easy, like you take your CO2, you pump it out, job done, very simple, what's the problem? In reality, it is multi-month projects, huge projects, where you first need to evaluate where you will be storing it, evaluate your reservoir, take all the wells that has been drilled during decades in this reservoir and evaluate if they are appropriate for the CO2 storage, what would be the best strategy. And then once you store, so all that goes through all the compliance, environmental checks and governmental approvals. And then once you store it, this plume, you need to make sure that you properly monitor it and it stays safe under the ground. And this is where AI agents can help us. So before we go into this, we also have like a little view on what are these levels of complexity for agents and how we apply them to the problem. So first, we identify these insights agents, what we call. So this an agent that you saw the demo, like you have a simple question, go through the data and detect if there are any like deviation from normality. This is typically what Insight Agent would be doing. So once with Insight Agent you understood, okay, where is my problem? There you can go to the next level of complexity, my advisory agent. Okay, this is my problem. I have like underperforming system. How now recommend me? What should I do to fix it? And this agent, it will have some domain workflow integrated. Maybe it will be able to run some simulations. So dynamically, based on the context, it will advise you what we are doing next. And then the ultimate level of complexity, like a push the button agent where you say, okay, this is my problem, solve it. And it execute like the end-to-end workflow. Obviously, today, we are not there yet. We have very good insights agents with a high level of confidence that we are integrating. We have some advisory agents, but while technology is maturing, we believe that at some point we will be getting more and more into these autonomous agents. So if I go back to my example of the CO2 storage, now it's not about one agent working and doing something. It's about how we actually execute the whole workflow and what pieces of this workflow we can power with agentic systems. So here on this example, it could be a number of agents, like for example, site evaluation agent, or like injection planning agent, or reporting and insights agent. So it's really combination breakdown into multiple agentic systems that works together as a single workflow. I will show you one demo of one agent that we are calling well schematic agent that is executed end-to-end with Dataiku. So just a little intro what it does, what it's supposed to do. So once again, when we evaluate the formation for the CO2 storage, we need to go through all the wells, and it could be hundreds of wells drilled in this formation. Decades ago, they were plugged and abandoned. So we need to pick every single well, all the documentation for this well, which is literally PDF reports that were written like 20 years ago, with a little drawing, like literally little schematics of the well. And we need to extract all this data to put it into the physics-based simulator so that we can run simulations and estimate the complexity of the reservoir. So today, it is a person, like an engineer, that does this super fun job of going through like all PDFs, extracting one by one numbers, drawings, schematics, digitalizing all this. It's weeks of work. It is not fun. It is error-prone. It is like all like what we don't want to do. And this is where the agent can help us to build it. So let me go through this demo. This is the end-to-end system that is integrated through Dataiku. So you can see an example of those reports with the schematics like this. So I will have 2 wells here running. So you can see like the quality of this documentation. It's pretty much really not the high quality of things. And I will open the second well example where we see this almost like hand-drawn schematics that we will be extracting into the digitalized format. So now we will upload all this data into the app. And once again, it's a Dataiku interface. So we will select the model. In our case, we're using Azure OpenAI models, but obviously it could be any model that your company trusts and you integrate. And once it's all uploaded, we can just launch the computation. So here we have our data coming from PDFs, and we upload it as a zip file. But obviously, if you have it, let's say, in the SharePoint or in some folder, you can just automatically pull this information into the system. So a few seconds later, we will see the results. So I will select my first well here, and I will put the hat now of my subject matter expert. So now, as a subject matter expert, I have the whole data that I need exported in the format that I need from my document. I can go on the side, and then I can check where it is coming from. I can validate if it's good extraction or not. I also had like little problems, flags in red, so I can check it. And most importantly, I have my well schematics that is fully digitalized and is presented here. Then if I still have some, let's say, questions to the systems, I can actually chat to my documents. Here I can ask, okay, do we have any perforations that has been applied to these wells in this field? So it will provide me, okay, you have perforations here and there at these steps. And then after that, I can ask more kind of domain-specific question. How does it affect my plug amendment process? And the agent will take the domain workflow and explain me, okay, what is the implications of these perforations. So once now I'm happy with all this extracted information, I will save it, and I will actually transport it directly to my simulator. So I will actually I have a connectivity between Dataiku and my physics-based simulator, and now I'm in the simulation engine. So I will find my wells here. I will find all the information that I have extracted there and digitalized from this PDF with my well schematics, very nicely digitally represented, taken directly from the PDF report. So this is one example of how generative AI can help us going from weeks of manual works, even now here, not weeks, we saw like 2 reports, but fairly, I mean, how long it would take to go through this report and to take all this data to get it into the simulator. So here, in real time, we saw it in 3 minutes. So all in all. So this is one example how this agentic AI can help us. And you saw the whole integration of this process, pulling the data, building the agent, having this SME transparency checks, integrating into the third-party software, all in all has been executed via one single engine, which is Dataiku platform. And this is where AI, agentic AI, becomes not only just intelligent system, but really becomes your co-worker that you can trust and then can help you to run your operations more effectively and much, much smarter. And with this, I just want to close my little talk today saying that to scale and to scale fast, there are few things that need to be aligned together. First, it is your people, making sure that your AI readiness and you have the AI adoption mindset developed in your company. Second is technology, having this enterprise-wide tech stack that's available to your company. And then purpose, focus on what is really matters and where the business impact will come to your company or to your community or to whoever you are serving for. And with this, I would like to thank you all for your attention, for being here. And thanks to Dataiku for this invitation. And I will be here during the lunch. So if you have any questions, please, I would be happy to have a quick chat. Thank you very much and have a good day.